today to you is Esther Davis, and we are at a salon, one of the largest, most glamorous salons in the state of Texas. It's called the Dramatic Results Salon and Spa. I haven't tried the spa yet, but I have tried the salon. It is located in Duncanville, which I think is Duncanville, Texas, one of the greatest secrets in the state of Texas. We're going to continue a story that we started last month. If you haven't seen it yet, keep looking for it on YouTube. And the story is about cleaning. Now, ladies, don't get mad at me because we're going to talk about National Women's Month, and we're going to talk about cleaning. It has become a paramount issue in our world today. And my guest is Hollywood. I got to call you Hollywood. Hello, Mr. Lawrence.
Hello, Ms. Davis.
Lawrence Dowdy. You know, a lot of people really don't know your name. They know Hollywood, but they don't know if I say Lawrence Dowdy. Well, who is that?
Hollywood, but that's because the product name is Holly.
It's Hollywood. Okay, the product is Hollywood's Holly Oxide.
Right.
And the first thing I want you to tell everybody is about the oxide. Tell me about oxide, because I heard you explain that when we were up in North Dallas last month.
Okay, that's a hydrogen peroxide, and we just, took peroxide off and put the oxide on the end.
Okay.
And what peroxide do is kind of like a deep cleaning disinfectant, that the doctor use. But we put peroxide with a degreaser. And
A degreaser.
Yes, So this way you got that little, as they say, that little extra boost that will make cleaning real good. One of the things that I like to let everybody know is when you're using the product, make sure you spray the product, let it sit for about a couple minutes, and then come back and wipe it down. Because one of the things that we do wrong is we don't give a product time to do what it needs to do, to break down the dirt, and then to go forward in the cleaning part.
Okay.
And this product clean almost everything. You can clean the spots out of the carpet, the bathtub.
The bathtub.
Oh yeah.
Bathtub.
Because one of the things that I do is I get my bathtub real dirty, and then I spray in there, and then I see how long it takes. I take my sponge or my scrubber, and I put a little water with it, scrub it down, and everything come out. So
Comes out really sparkly clean.
Oh yeah. But what peroxide do, when you finish clean with it, it keeps brightening everything.
It keeps.
Yeah.
It keeps cleaning.
Yes.
Is that what that means?
Yeah, they keep cleaning and make it kind of like bright,
Okay.
So that's the best thing that you have, and plus it's safe.
Well, the safety and the cleanliness now has again become part of our world. And if you do enough research on the pandemic, on the virus, on everything, it really boils down to cleanliness, staying away from people, and of course the mask. And we know we're supposed to change the mask. So what we're doing right now is talking about a subject that we have sort of left out of the equation. And that's where you come in.
Yes, because like most people say, well, I use bleach. Yes, but how much harm do bleach do to you?
Yeah.
See, that's what I don't realize. When that bleach come back to your nose, your sinus start working, everything start getting bad. But when you spray the product, no smell. It's got a little orange smell to it. That's a deodorizer. To kill, everything, and then you go from there. But
we're going to have to talk a little louder because now we're on location today. We have a car now running outside. These things are very, very powerful because people say, well, where were you? Right now we're at the Dramatic Results Salon and Spa in Duncanville, Texas. And we're back with my special guest, Lawrence Dowdy. You know him as Hollywood Janitorial and Cleaning Supplies. And that's what we're talking about today because now that we are into the virus, and now that we are getting it, sort of rid of it, let's say, getting rid of it for right now, and the fact that we're taking the vaccine, we want everything to remain clean, including your hands, the surfaces. And back to our conversation, let me tell you something. I just sprayed this in my hand. Was that a problem? I know you just sat there very calmly while I did that.
Yeah, because it's safe. It's a green product.
It's a green product?
Yes. So you can do that, all day long, you see, and it worked. That's the see. This is what I had to do.
Okay.
I started out doing janitorial service. And then I started going to the high level janitorial service, the cleaning part, and then I was introduced to the chemical people. And when I got introduced to the chemical people, you know, they had me using their product. So I started to start selling product. And then I said, okay, I know this what work, this what work. So I put a combination of both in, and the chemist said, hey, you got something special here. And I said, I do? He said, oh.
So did you do all this mixing in the sink at your?
No.
I mean, you didn't start in the kitchen or the sink. Okay,
No, I did not. You know how you say, I do not mix the product myself. I have a company that do it. You know, so this way nobody won't say, well, it didn't come out right. This is a certified company and they EPA regulated. And one of the things I like about this right here is we use diluted water. See, when you have still water, you know, or purified water, that means that the chemicals stay the same all the time. When you're missing chemical, you know, because we got tap water, you don't know what's coming out. So this is why this is ready to use. Not, you don't have to add nothing to it, you know, and stay the same all the time.
And it's safe for children and pets.
Yes.
Because so many people have pets
It's
in their home.
It's a green product.
Now you just taped a show with CFN with Michael. How did that go? And a good friend of mine, Jessica. Hello, Jessica. If you're watching, we're in the South Side today. We're not far north. Tell me how did that go? Because you cleaned a lot of stuff for them.
Oh yes, we show how to clean the restroom the proper way with paper towel. You know, to wipe it down with paper towel. Because most people take one rag and clean everything with it. Then you disinfect, you know, then you kind of terminate everything. So when you take a paper towel and go around the commode, when you spray the product, you know, let it sit, clean it, wipe it off, throw it away. Then you have to just disinfect your restroom. And that's real good. And then we clean the microwave,
And the refrigerator, she said.
Oh yes.
You had a refrigerator there.
Oh yes. So we did, you know, so I was showing all the different usage, you know, and my thing is when people buy the product, they come back and tell me, well, I did this way. I said, but you're not supposed to do that. They said, it's my product. I do what I want.
Well, they paid for it. That's true.
Oh, yeah. Because I'm amazed at how many different uses that you can use with it.
Well, one of the things we're into is convenience. I have a product from the first time we put it out because actually we followed him through the process of manufacturing, all of the process that you go through to get a product on the market. And I noticed the barcode is on here.
Oh yes.
Yeah, everything is here.
And we certified through the agency. We got MSD sheet on it. Everything, you know, through the government. So we are, you know, and they say legit. Legit
and certified.
Yes.
So it's taken you about how long to get the product on the market? 4, 5 years?
Yes, because you know you have to test it, and then you got to make sure that everything is right, and then you got to make sure that people understand what you have.
Well, I like the product. I don't do a lot of cleaning.
I know.
But I just want something quick and easy and gone. That's about it. And I don't have to use gloves, because you told me I didn't have to use gloves.
Yeah, because it's the green product.
It's a green product.
Yes,
now, give us what is your definition of a green product?
A green product is a product that won't cause asthma, won't cause no kind of attack on it, you know, and health, you know, it's good for your health. Because like when you start using a strong product that people think that is good, your sinus, you know, if you got asthma.
What about allergies?
Oh yeah, all that will, you know, start, you know, coming down.
So you can activate all of these allergies and asthma with certain products.
With the wrong product.
Right.
With the old product. Because see, now we're into the new age where we have took the old technology and merged it with the new technology. But people are still going back to the old technology. That's like back in the old days, landline was the main way of communicating.
Party line.
Yeah, okay.
Party line first.
Landline, party line. But now everybody uses cell phone.
That's true.
You see what I mean? So you have to stop using the product from the old age
And move into the new.
Right. And
Well, that brings up another important question. Products now, certain green products are part of the climate change, and then the climate change is not doing well because of some of the old products.
Right.
Give me your thoughts on that.
We didn't know, but now we know, and we need to change.
That's pretty simple.
Everything is simple.
On my refrigerator is chrome.
Yes. Oh, this work good. Spray. Get your soft rag.
A soft rag.
Okay.
Okay.
It will put a little shine to it.
And it did put a little bit of a shine to it, but the main thing is that I was very pleased with the smell. It has a very silent, simple fragrance,
Yes.
and it got the job done.
Yes.
Okay, back to what you did in North Dallas. How did they feel about it? How did they feel about that?
Michael called me and he said, "Man, my wife loved this product." You know, he said, "Man, my wife is cleaning everything." But that's one thing about the product. Once you start cleaning with it, it seems like you can't stop. You know, and that's a good thing. If
You
don't
can't
like
stop cleaning?
Yes. Because
Okay, let me know who out there cannot stop cleaning. You put that in so casually.
But it's true because like, even with you, when you bought when I gave you the product and you
Right.
you try it on one spot and you're like, Then you try it somewhere else? It's like, Then you call me and say, "Lawrence, it worked." I said, "Yes, it do."
And I haven't tried it since.
Oh, yes, you did because
I
you did.
did. I tried it again.
And the funny thing about it was, I was shocked when you told me I'm about out.
I did use it again. You're absolutely right.
No. When you told me you were about
I'm just
out.
about out of it.
Because I'm like, because I know you, and I know that cleaning, May is your way of cleaning.
Right.
And then for you to use that means that you couldn't stop.
I had to use the product because I have been with the product for the last at least 5 or 6 years.
Yes,
Changing the subject a little bit, this is National Women's History Month, and you work with women.
Yes, and one of the things that we have to realize that women is the backbone to our working economy, because like women see things differently, and we have to be able to get better. We have to work as a team. We have to, yes, we may not agree on everything, but the idea that come forward with is, like women, our first vice president.
I know.
But
I'm still overly excited about that whole process.
But guess what? If he had selected a man, he would have never won.
Really?
Yes.
You're right.
She put him over the top.
You are absolutely right.
That's what good women do.
Put you over the top.
Oh, yes.
What do women say about your product? Do they want it in a larger container? Because these are so important, because now we have so many people going into business. And all of the businesses is not into food and beauty products. We need, what else do we need? We need everything.
Okay. This is what I'm going to do.
Okay.
I sell it by the case.
Oh.
But now,
because you sell to commercials. Now you're really a commercial representative.
But not everybody want, so we can do 2 for 20.
2 what? What size? What size are you talking about?
2 of these for 20.
For $20. Okay, so you're listening to your audiences. That's really what you're doing.
Yes, because their main thing is, I don't want her case. I say, but I don't want her case because it been last me forever. I'm like, you use it, I want 1, get 2 maybe. Okay. So now, let's do 2 for 20.
There you go. Well, that would work. I want to talk a little bit about what is your advice for people going into business?
My advice for people that go into business is there are 3 phases of business. And first is the beginning stage, what we call the mom and pop. Then you got the LLC, then you got the corporation. Okay, what you have to understand is once you leave one phase, going to the next phase, the competition change. So you can't do the same thing. Yeah.
Competition does change.
And we think, and the competition is like hidden competition.
Hidden in what respect?
Okay. when you start going for government work.
What do you think about government work? You know, we have so many, I'm so sorry to interrupt you, but we have so many people that think that's the most invading process. And then you have the people that got the $10,000 from the SBA 6 months ago. And they mentioned it wasn't enough for the business.
It's not.
Really?
No. You know, to basically what you need to do is learn finance. And what I mean by when I say learn finance is know what margin is. Because that's what the whole, no matter what type of business you have, non-profit, profit, everything, it's margin. What margin do you want? And what margin will pay your bill? You know, let's say you selling something for $1. It costs you 80 cents to make it.
Okay.
So your margin is not that great.
Do we know enough about people going into business? Do they know enough about marketing and budgets and finance?
No, that's why we fail.
Oh.
You know, because like you cannot go into business without bumping your knees. That's a process of learning.
Bumping your knees.
Yes, yes. Because like when I was in janitorial service, I lost a contract because I thought I knew, but I didn't know.
Okay.
And it cost me more
By not knowing.
Right. You know, and then to get back in the field, you know, it was a little rough, but I had to pay my dues to get back there.
When did you realize in the process that you didn't know what you thought you know? In the beginning, in the middle, or at the end?
Well, you always think you know more than what you know. You know, and that's a good thing. Because like
that's a good thing?
Yeah, because you got to have confidence to go.
Okay. Okay.
You know, you don't have confidence, then you lost before you even begin. So you got to have confidence, but then what you got to realize is nobody make it to the top without going through something. Because like a couple of years back, GM went through a financial thing. So don't think something is wrong because you are going through a financial.
Don't be afraid to fail.
Well, you never fail if you don't give up.
Okay. You never fail if you don't give up. And we're talking to Lawrence Dowdy, better known as Hollywood, because we do have a large influx of minorities and women going into business. And some of them are failing, and some of them are coming out of business. So we're going to do a lot about businesses for the next couple of months because we want you to survive. But the best way that I think is to talk to somebody. Because the banks give you a mountain of paperwork, and that's a bank. That is not a business.
Well.
What do you think?
See, there are two types of business. There's business that you're going to do with the government, and a business that you're going to do with the people. When you do a business with the people, you don't need all that paperwork. You just need a good product. But when you're doing business with the government, they can make sure that your tax right, that you know, I say know your ABC, you know, everything like that.
Where your grandmother's buried.
Oh yeah, you know, so that's the part of you know your bank information. You know, they need to know all of that when you're dealing with the government. But most people don't realize you don't have to deal with the government to be successful. I'm gonna give you a couple of examples. Snoop Dogg, he don't deal with the government.
Snoop Dogg.
Yeah, he don't deal with the government.
Okay.
You see what I mean? Let's say South Dallas Cafe. They don't deal with the government, but they do a real good business.
They go direct to the public.
Right.
You know,
so you could cut out a whole lot of stuff by saying, okay, what am I going to do? I'm going to be for the people. I'm going to work with the government. It's best to do both, but then if you have a record, your tax. You mean like a tax, not paying your taxes? Well, you know, see, the main thing that our young people don't understand is, yes, if you've been locked up, you can still start a business and be very successful.
Actually, I'm happy you brought that up because what I have found in the last 10 years, you have a lot of ex-offenders that did come out of prison and started a business. And I have a tendency, I'm a great networker. I follow up with people. And I'm going to call one person's name, maybe two. Eli Jacobs. He's Bishop Eli Jacobs now. And what he did coming out of prison, he spent about 15 years in prison, did his whole time, came out and started, what, one business? One business.
Okay.
Today I think he has about 3 businesses. And hello Eli and congregation, and is doing very well. So what he does, we understand that a large percentage of the ex-offenders are running businesses because they can't, they have all these restrictions against them.
Well, see, that's what the mindset is, that I can't get a job, but you can start a business.
Yeah.
To produce a job. Because I told a guy one time, he said, I can't get a job. I said, you're a good mechanic, right? He said, yeah. I said, learn how to work on Lexus, Mercedes-Benz, and Land Rover. You never have to worry about another day in your life. He said, huh? He said.
He's right. No, you're absolutely right. One of my ex-offenders, and I do work with ex-offenders, both male and female. I'm interested in their stories. The gentleman now, his name is Michael Moore. Michael he details cars.
That's a good business.
But he has rented space behind the dealership's operation.
Okay.
So if you buy a car, but who said that ex-offenders were dumb? They're really, really quite smart.
Well, this is what my mama told me. You know, because I was bragging one time about myself. I said, yeah, mama, I did this, I did. She said, hush your mouth. I said, huh? She said, the only difference between you and them, you just didn't get caught.
What?
So
we're talking about business. We're having a great time with Hollywood. Lawrence Dowdy, who has a product on the market for the consumers. He sells to the government. We want you to try it. We're going to put his number on the screen for you to see, and you can just call him. The part I like about working with people is that you have an opportunity to do 2 jobs at one time.
Yes. Because
my business is primarily people, and I can do a survey. Because the Ester Davis show tend to do their own surveys. So if I say people, 50%, 60% of my customers want me to talk about this, that's because I've already interviewed them and gotten their opinion about what it is that we are doing. So
that's the main thing that I had learned how to do. Know before you go.
Know before, and then talk about your product. It's National Women's History. It's National Women's History Month. We are at, hold on a second, we're at the Dramatic Results Salon and Spa. I have to put in a plug for Wanda and all the great people over here. This is a beautiful place. We're sitting in the lobby at the moment, and my beautician is here, but everything is centered around beauty, organization, and it is, you have to come over here. The address is in Duncanville. Telephone number is 972-298-2559. They have a spa over here. You have to come get your nails and your feet massaged. Is that a no-no?
Well, I'm still manly, but I can't get but I can't get a spa. I can't do the spa.
You can't do.
Yeah, I can't do the spa.
Spas are the best thing you could possibly do.
This is what I want to let our people know.
Before we run out of time.
Okay, this is what I want to let our people know. Life is supposed to be hard, and we're supposed to make it easy for ourselves. But we think life's supposed to be easy and then turn hard. So if you reverse everything, you have no problem.
Okay. We're going to take a little bit of a break because I have to advertise my product for the year. It's the 2021 calendar. So we're going to drop in some of the pictures, especially for January, February, and March. We celebrate women issues all year round. We have no stopping point. So we're going to take a moment, look at some of the pictures in the calendar. I'll be right back to close with my show. Don't go away. You're watching Ester Davis. And we're back with the Ester Davis Show at Dramatic Results Salon and Spa. And my guest is Mr. Lawrence Dowdy, better known as Hollywood. We got to cover one important point really fast. How do you stay in business?
You have to have a plan, you got to have determination, and then you got to reach out into different areas, you know. You got to make sure that when your revenue stream is more than one product. And then you'll last.
You'll last.
Front door.
I have to answer that because I have people that ask me, well, how did I stay in business 30 years? You got to advertise. You got to have a budget for advertising. If you have a budget for the rent, you have a budget for the car, you have a budget. But what do you think about it? You got to have advertising.
You are so right. So, you know, I do have advertisement person that I'm working with. I think her name is Miss Davis, but thank you.
Television and internet, I am so still excited about television and internet because there's so much you can do with your phone, and you can, right now you can be a one-man band and run $1 million business. It's not that difficult to do, but there is dedication, okay? There is something you have to do, which is the dedication to the cause,
And
your
then,
business.
Yeah, and then you got to remember one thing. Everything changed by every 3 or 4 years, so you got to keep up with the changes, you know, and with the phone, with the networking, you know, and then everybody that you come in contact with could be a potential customer.
That's right.
So stop having these attitude and just you know how you say it, know what you do.
Attitude, that's another whole subject. I do want to put in just a great note to great friends of mine. Marriage is important. We've been talking about business today. We have talked about how to stay in business. We talked to some of the dynamics of business. But Joe and Herdicine Nash have been married 61 years.
That's a long time.
And I want to say congratulations to them. They're great community workers. They're two people that stay on the move, and they have celebrated 61 years of marriage. Marriage is important. You're staying in business is important. And you have to keep watching the Esther Davis show. Yes, sir.
Can I make one of the things?
You got 30 seconds.
Okay, one of the things I learned is when you mess up and nobody can tell you that you mess up, you're gonna lose that business.
Right. But that's where the attitude comes in. The attitude comes in, okay, I lost, I made a mistake, how do I correct it and move on? By the way, you really are the greatest artist in the world. Thank you. Thank you to the salon. Thank you to Dramatic Results. We'll see you next time. Thanks.